Good morning, my dear student. Today we will continue your class 8 SST chapter 6, the colonialism and the city. Dear student, in this chapter I have discussed already about Delhi, and in my previous class, if you have remember, I have discussed about that how Delhi became the capital of India, and I also told you a story about Delhi. 1100 सालों की एक लंबी कहानी पे हमने चर्चा की थी, हमने उसे बात की थी. Today we will continue this chapter, the next topic of this chapter, which we read, the making of New Delhi. In 1803, the British gained control of Delhi after defeating the Marathas, since the capital of British India was Calcutta. The Mughal emperor was allowed to continue living in the place complex in the Red Fort. The modern city, as we know today, developed only after 1911, when Delhi became the capital of the British India. The making of New Delhi, when you will read this paragraph, then you find that the process to be Delhi to New Delhi कैसे बनी, ये नई राजधानी नई दिल्ली का निर्माण. ऑथर वांट टू इन्फॉर्म यू, ऑथर आपको वहां ले जाता है 1803 में. 1803 में अंग्रेजों ने मराठों को हराकर दिल्ली पर अपना नियंत्रण स्थापित कर लिया. चूंकि ब्रिटिश भारत की राजधानी पहले कलकत्ता थी, इसलिए मुगल बादशाह को लाल किले के महल में रहने की छूट मिली हुई थी. आज हमारे सामने जो आधुनिक दिल्ली शहर दिखाई देता है, नई दिल्ली शहर दिखाई देता है, यह 1911 में तब बनना शुरू हुआ जब दिल्ली ब्रिटिश भारत की राजधानी बन गई. It is very clear, which I want to inform you, that what we are saying now, that time, our capital, Delhi, Nai Delhi, their making process that was started in 1911. Before, there were the other places, other names like Shahjahanabad, like Delhi. But which city we have seen nowadays, their making started 1911, and then after Delhi became the capital of British Empire. The demolishing past, एक अतीत का ध्वंस. Demolishing past. Before 1857, the development in Delhi was somewhat different from those in other colonial cities in Madras, Bombay or Calcutta. The living space of Indians and the British were the sharply separated. Indians lived in the black area while the British lived in well laid out white areas. In Delhi, especially in the first half of the 19th century, the British lived along with the wealthier Indians in walled city. The British learned to enjoy Urdu, Persian culture and the poetry, and they participated in the local festival. The establishment of Delhi College in 1792 led to a great intellectual following in the sciences as well as the humanities, largely in the Urdu language. Many refer to the period from 1830 to 1857 as a period of the Delhi Renaissance. Dear student, we are trying to understand the demolishing of the Delhi, demolishing of the past. एक अतीत का ध्वंस, एक अतीत का जो विनाश हुआ, 1857 से पहले दिल्ली के हालात, दिल्ली की स्थिति दूसरे कॉलोनियल सिटीज से काफी अलग थी। मद्रास, बम्बई, कलकत्ता में भारतीयों और अंग्रेजों की बस्तियों को दो तरीके से कैटेगराइज किया गया था। एक ब्लैक टाउन्स थी और एक व्हाइट टाउन्स थी। I mean to say that the condition of Delhi that was different from the other colonial cities like Delhi, Calcutta and Madras. If we will see the architecture of Delhi, Calcutta and Madras there, then we find that Delhi, Calcutta, Madras divided into two parts. First the black towns and second white towns. Black towns for the Indians and white towns for the white mans, it means Britishers, Englishmen. So this type of categorization not found in Delhi. It is the very strange matter. And that's also important for you to understand that on that basis Delhi was not categorized. 19th century के पूर्वार्ध में, शुरुआत में दिल्ली के अंग्रेज भी पुराने शहर के भीतर अमीर हिंदुस्तानियों के साथ ही रहा करते थे। वे भी उर्दू, फारसी, संस्कृत और शायरी का मजा लेते थे और स्थानीय त्योहारों में हिस्सेदारी करते थे। इट इज वन मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन दैट इन दिल्ली देयर वर नो कैटेगराइजेशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द व्हाइट मैन एंड ब्लैक्स। इट मीन्स द इंग्लिशमैन एंड इंडियंस. It means black towns and white towns. And second, that is the very important, that the Britishers also living their life in Delhi along with the Hindustani Indians. They enjoyed the shairis, they enjoyed the festival, they enjoyed the such type of the cultural activities in Delhi city. During 1824, when the Delhi College was founded. In Delhi College, which we have seen, what? The establishment of Delhi College in 1792 led to a great intellectual following in the science as well as the humanities, largely in the Urdu language. Many refer to the period. This what from 1830 to 1857 as a period of the Delhi Renaissance. ये जो टाइम था, ये जो पीरियड था, ये अपने में विचित्र था, यूनिक था। क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ जो मुख्य भाषा का विकास हुआ 1824 के आसपास, जब दिल्ली में दिल्ली कॉलेज की स्थापना हुई, जिसकी शुरुआत 18वीं सदी 18th सेंचुरी में एक मदरसे के रूप में हुई थी। फिर यहाँ पे इस इंस्टीट्यूशन में विज्ञान की शिक्षा दी गई, ह्यूमैनिटीज की शिक्षा दी गई, ह्यूमैनिटीज पढ़ाया जाने लगा और एक नए युग का सूत्रपात हुआ। यहीं से आप देखेंगे कि मुख्य रूप से जो उर्दू भाषा में काम शुरू हुआ। बहुत सारे लोग 1830 टू 1857 की जो टाइम पीरियड थी को दिल्ली का पुनर्जागरण का काल कहते हैं। आई मीन टू से दैट द वेरियस हिस्टोरियन फेल्ट हैविंग सीन दिस सिचुएशंस दिस चेंजिंग, दे कॉल्ड दैट टाइम पीरियड ऑफ ड्यूरिंग 1830 टू 1857 दैट वाज ट्रांसेंस फॉर द दिल्ली। व्हाई? Because which we have seen that madrasa, the Delhi madrasa that was developed for in what become a new college, Delhi College in 1792, where the study the humanities and science as well as both. Urdu became the main language. तो यहाँ से जो विकास हुआ, जो डेवलपमेंट हुआ, वो ये बताता है कि किस तरीके से दिल्ली आगे की तरफ डेवलप हुई, विकसित हुई, चली। एक नया काल दिल्ली के लिए शुरू हुआ। 1857 के बाद सब कुछ बदल गया। उस साल 1857 में जो रिवोल्ट हुआ, रिवोल्ट ने रिबेलियंस, रिवोल्ट के दौरान जो रिबेलियंस थे उसने बहादुर शाह जफर को विद्रोह का नेतृत्व संभालने के लिए मजबूर कर दिया। 4 महीने तक दिल्ली विद्रोहियों के नियंत्रण में रही। जब अंग्रेजों ने शहर पर दोबारा नियंत्रण हासिल कर लिया तो वे बदले और लूटपाट की मुहिम पर निकल पड़े। प्रसिद्ध शायर गालिब उदास मन से इन घटनाओं को देख रहे थे। 1857 में दिल्ली की तबाही को उन्होंने उन शब्दों में व्यक्त किया, जब गुस्साए शेर अंग्रेज शहर में दाखिल हुए तो उन्होंने बेसहारों को मारा, घर जला डाले। न जाने कितने औरत, महिलाएं, आम खास 3 दरवाजों से दिल्ली से भाग खड़े हुए। उन्होंने छोटे छोटे समुदायों तथा शहर के बाहर मकबरों में पनाह ली। अगली बगावत को रोकने के लिए अंग्रेजों ने बहादुर शाह जफर को देश निकाल दिया। अंग्रेजों ने उन्हें म्यांमार, बर्मा भेज दिया। उनका दरबार बंद कर दिया गया, कई महल गिरा दिए गए और इसका रिजल्ट बागों को बंद कर दिया गया, सैनिकों को बैरकों में डाल दिया गया, जिससे पूरा दिल्ली अस्त व्यस्त हो गया। अंग्रेजों ने दिल्ली के मुगल अतीत को पूरी तरीके से भुला देना चाहते थे। अंग्रेज चाहते थे कि पूरी दिल्ली में जो मुगल शासन थी उसका कहीं भी अस्तित्व ही न रहे। इसलिए उन्होंने किले, जो रेड फोर्ट थी, किले के इर्द गिर्द सारा इलाका साफ करा दिया गया। यहाँ के बाग, मैदान, मस्जिदें नष्ट कर दिए गए। उन्होंने मंदिरों को नहीं तोड़ा। अंग्रेज आसपास के इलाकों को सुरक्षित करना चाहते थे। खासतौर से मस्जिदों को या तो नष्ट कर दिया गया या तो अन्य कामों के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाने लगा। मिसाल के तौर पर जीनत अल मस्जिद को एक बेकरी में तब्दील कर दिया गया। जमा मस्जिद में 5 साल तक किसी को नमाज की इजाजत नहीं मिली। शहर का 1/3 हिस्सा ढहा दिया गया। नहरों को पाट कर समतल कर दिया गया। तो इस तरह के चेंजेस दिल्ली में दिखाई दे रहे थे। What I am telling that it means the whole geographical situations, the architecture of Delhi, that was destroyed by the Britishers after revolt 1857. Even the Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Jafar, he was also exiled in Myanmar, Burma. The architecture like masjids, like canals, that has totally changed. किले के बाहर की सारी चीजें साफ कर दी गई। It means what I am saying, all these changes after 1857 during the revolt year, as you have seen, the rebels gathered in the city and persuaded Bahadur Shah to become the leader of the uprising. Delhi remained under rebel control for 4 months. When the British regained the city, the embarked on the campaign of revenge of the plunder. The famous poet Ghalib witnessed the event of the time. This is how he described the ransacking of Delhi in 1857. Ghalib wrote that when the angry lions it means Britishers, angry lions entered in the town, they killed the helpless male, female, and burned houses hoarded of men and women, commoners and nobles, poured out of the Delhi from the 3 gates and took shelter in small communities in town outside the city. To prevent another rebellion, the British exiled Bahadur Shah to Burma, now Myanmar, dismantled his court, razed several of the places, closed down the gardens and built barracks for troops in their place. And the British wanted Delhi to forget its Mughal past. The area around the fort was completely cleared of the left intact. The British wanted to clear ground for security reason. Mosques in particular were either destroyed or put to other uses. For instance, the Zinat al-Masjid was converted into the bakery. No worship was allowed in the Jama Masjid. For 5 years, 1/3 of the city was demolishing and its canals were filled up. What we have seen happening. Read this paragraph. You can easily understand that after revolt, the Britishers, they were taking the various steps. They tried by hooks, by crooks to insult the Indians. They destroyed their architectures. They changed the uses of the masjid and the other buildings. They converted them for the different work, except religious purpose. It was a very strange situation for the common people who lived in Delhi. In the 1870s, the western wall of Shahjahanabad were broken to establish the railway and to allow the city to expand beyond the walls. British now began living in the sprawling civil lines area that came up in the north, away from the Indians in the walled city. Delhi College was turned into a school and shut down in 1877. You have seen the new type of creation, I mean to city creations done by them. Civil line area that was established in the, where civil lines area was established in the north of Delhi. And the common peoples, the Indians, they were strictly prohibited to enter that area. Civil line area was fortified. It was walled. And one more changes which happened, that 1817 the western wall of Shahjahanabad were broken and established the railway and to allow the city to extend it beyond the walls. The Delhi College was turned into a school and shut down in 1877. That Delhi College, which was famous for their intellectuality, where the study of science as well as the humanities. This was shut down in 1877. And then after Britishers started planning a new capital. The Englishmen, they planning a new capital. That is New Delhi. So that's why this capital name is New Delhi. The British were fully aware of the symbolic importance of Delhi after the revolt of 1857. Many spectacular events were held there. 1877, the Viceroy, the Lytton, organized a darbar to acknowledge the Queen Victoria as the Emperor of the India. Remember, the Calcutta was still the capital of British India, but the grand darbar was being held in Delhi. Why was this so? ऐसा क्यों हुआ? During the revolt, the British had realized that the Mughal emperor was still important to the people and they saw him as their leader. It was therefore important to celebrate the British power with pomp and so in the city in the Mughal emperors had earlier ruled, and the place which had turned into the rebellious, the stronghold in 1857. Dear student, It is very clear that after the destroying of the शाहजहानाबाद की जो दीवार थी, चार दीवारी, वो तोड़ दी गई, शहर को दूर तक फैला दिया गया। 1817 के डिकेड्स तक आते आते जो वेस्टर्न वॉल तोड़ी गई थी, उससे ये चीज श्योर हो गई कि अब दिल्ली को एक्सपेंड करने का प्लानिंग ब्रिटिशर्स के दिमाग में आ चुका है। अब जो ब्रिटिशर्स थे वो उत्तर की तरफ विकसित हुए विशाल सिविल लाइन इलाके में रहने लगे। अब ये पुराने शहर में भारतीयों के साथ नहीं रहते थे। दे कैटेगराइज हिमसेल्फ एंड लेटर व्हाट वी सीन, व्हाट वी रीड, दैट द ब्रिटिशर्स लिव्ड along with the Indians. But after revolt 1857, what happened? After 1857, we have seen that they categorized himself and they established the new civil line area which established in the northern portion of the Delhi. And पुराने शहर जो भारतीयों के साथ उन्होंने अपना साथ छोड़ दिया, जो वहां पे एक स्कूल थी, दिल्ली स्कूल, दिल्ली कॉलेज को एक स्कूल में बदल दिया गया और 1877 तक उसे पूरी तरीके से बंद कर दिया गया। और यहां से अंग्रेजों ने दिल्ली को एक नए तरीके से फॉर्म करने की प्लानिंग शुरू कर दी। अंग्रेजों को दिल्ली के सांकेतिक महत्व की अच्छी तरह से जानकारी थी। व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिल्ली फॉर द इंडियंस? Britishers aware of that. They felt after revolt 1857, if we capture Delhi, then the morale of Indians क्या होंगे? डाउनफॉल, गिर जाएंगे, कम हो जाएंगे। 1857 की बगावत के बाद उन्होंने बहुत सारे शानदार आयोजन किए। 1877 में वायसराय लिटन ने महारानी विक्टोरिया को भारत की साम्राज्ञी घोषित कर दी और एक दरबार का आयोजन किया। वैसे तो ब्रिटिश भारत की राजधानी अभी भी कलकत्ता ही थी, लेकिन इस जो ग्रैंड कोर्ट का आयोजन किया गया था, ये दिल्ली में किया गया। इसकी क्या वजह रही होगी? क्यों ये ग्रैंड कोर्ट दिल्ली में आयोजित किया जा रहा था? विद्रोह के दौरान अंग्रेजों ने यह समझ लिया था कि लोगों की नजर में मुगल बादशाह का महत्व अभी भी बना हुआ है और वे इसे अपना मुखिया मानते हैं, अपना हेड मानते हैं, अपना एम्परर मानते हैं। इसलिए ब्रिटिश सत्ता का मुगल बादशाह और 1857 के बागियों के मुख्य केंद्र के रूप में पूरी तरह उनके मोराल को तोड़ने के लिए उन्होंने दिल्ली को सेंटर के रूप में डेवलप करने के लिए प्रयास किया। ये ग्रैंड कोर्ट दिल्ली में लगाई गई। 1911 में जब जॉर्ज पंचम को इंग्लैंड का राजा बनाया गया, तो इस मौके पर दिल्ली में एक और दरबार का आयोजन किया हुआ। कलकत्ता के बजाय दिल्ली को भारत की राजधानी बनाने के फैसले का भी इसी दरबार में ऐलान किया गया और फिर दिल्ली ब्रिटिश एम्पायर की राजधानी बन गई 1912 में। In 1911, when the King George V was crowned in England, a darbar was held in Delhi to celebrate the occasion. The decision of the shift to Delhi, capital of India, from Calcutta, was announced at this darbar. New Delhi was constructed as 10 square miles city on rising height. South of the existing city, two architects endowed the Latins and the Harbour Barker were called on the design New Delhi and its building. The government complex in New Delhi consists of 2-mile avenue, the Kingsway, now Rajpath, that led to Viceroy's Place, now Rashtrapati Bhavan, with the Secretariat buildings on the earlier sides of the avenue. That the feature of these government buildings were borrowed from the different periods of Indian imperial history. But the overall look was the classical Greek 5th century BC. For the instance, the central dome of the Viceroy's place were copied from the Buddhist stupa at Sanchi, and the red sandstone and carved screens or jali were borrowed from the Mughal architecture. But the new building had asserted the British importance. That is why the architect made sure that the Viceroy's place was higher than Shah Jahan Masjid. What I told you that in 1911, when George Pancham was throned in England, a darbar was organized in India, in Delhi. And in that darbar, they announced that the capital now would be Delhi instead of कलकत्ता. कलकत्ता के स्थान पर अब दिल्ली राजधानी बनेगी. ये दरबार में घोषणा की गई जब जॉर्ज पंचम राजा बने. और यहाँ से तत्कालीन शहर के दक्षिण में जो रायसीना की पहाड़ी पे 10 वर्ग मील में 10 स्क्वायर माइल एरिया में दिल्ली का निर्माण किया गया. यहाँ से दिल्ली को बसाने की एक नई स्वरूप विकसित करने का प्रयास अंग्रेजों के द्वारा किया गया. एडवर्ड लिटियंस और हर्बर्ट बेकर नाम के 2 वास्तुकारों ने नई दिल्ली को, उसकी इमारतों को, उनके डिजाइन को तैयार किया. नई दिल्ली स्थित सरकारी जो परिसर में 2 मील का चौड़ा रास्ता वायसराय महल, इसे राष्ट्रपति भवन तक जाने वाला किंग्स वे, वर्तमान में राजपथ, और उसके दोनों तरफ सचिवालय की इमारतें बनाई गई. इन सरकारी totally different from the Shahjahanabad. So that's why they tried that their streets, the grand path, that should be totally different from Shahjahanabad streets. The architecture wanted New Delhi to what? Represent a sense of law and order in contrast to the choice of the old Delhi. The Britishers saw the overcrowded space as unhygienic and unhealthy, the source of diseases. This means that New Delhi had to have better water supply, sewage disposal and drainage facilities than the old city. It had to be green with trees and parks, constructing the fresh air and adequate supply oxygen. These are the vision of the New Delhi of the Britishers. Even the New Delhi took nearly 20 years to build. My dear student, when you will mindly observe about the Delhi and their architecture before 1857 or before 16th and 17th century and after 20th century, that was major different in especially the building architecture. I have already taught you about that black towns and white towns, and also I informed you that before revolt 1857, Britishers lived in Delhi along with the Indians. There was no discrimination between the Britishers and Indians in Delhi capital. But after revolt, what happened? That scenario totally changed. When especially 1911, when the Delhi announced the capital of the British Empire, the vast changes happened in the architecture of Delhi. I have also informed you about that. The Lutyens and the Baker, who tried to set up Delhi in new form. Delhi, Shahjahanabad, their streets, their buildings, their gardens, fort, these are all, that was not according to Britishers. Britishers want to categorize them on the basis of architecture. So that's why they totally change the Delhi architecture. And in New Delhi, which we have seen, that architecture which was set by Britishers, the Britishers, they planned map for the Delhi capital. That was called New Delhi. Now that time, the building architecture during British era clearly inform us that what is different between the old Delhi and New Delhi. My dear student, this is the very stage. In my next video, we will discuss the planning a new capital of Delhi. आज के लिए इतना ही. We will talk where it means in my next class. Then you will easily understand that what was the planning, what was the new planning by Britishers to rebuild the Delhi. नई प्लानिंग क्या थी ब्रिटिशर्स की नई दिल्ली को बनाने के लिए, इनके बारे में we will discuss in my next class. Goodbye and take care.